Let's go over the NFHS points of emphasis for the 2025 through 2026 basketball season. Let's review the first point of emphasis. Contact on the ball handler. Continued emphasis is placed on the consistent enforcement of illegal contact involving the ball handler. While hand checking remains a known concern, other forms of illegal contact must also be recognized and penalized. Defenders often use their hips, torsos, or other parts of the body to displace, redirect, or impede a ball handler's freedom of movement. These tactics must be identified and addressed in accordance with the rules.
That 5-out motion offense. Maybe one post down there, but still a lot of motion.
Particular attention is required during late game scenarios. Not all fouls committed in closing moments of a contest are necessarily intentional. Determinations regarding intentional fouls must be based on the act itself. The presence of directives such as foul, red, or scramble do not automatically classify the resulting contact as intentional. The strategic intent of one team to stop the clock must be weighed against the opposing team's interest in allowing the clock to run. Conversely, contact that is excessive, clearly removes an opponent's apparent advantage, or does not constitute a legitimate basketball play should be classified as an intentional foul. Instructional emphasis must be placed on teaching players how to commit fouls within the parameters of the rules. For the 2025 through 2026 season, faking being fouled is reaffirmed with renewed focus on consistent adjudication across all levels of play. Faking being fouled may occur by offensive or defensive players. It must be addressed in accordance with approved procedures and NFHS guidelines. Before we review the different ways players fake being fouled, how about we review the fake being fouled ruling sequence? In some situations while the ball is live, while ruling on a player for faking being fouled, the first signal we will display is the actual flopping signal. When an opportunity presents itself to penalize a player for fake being fouled, the ruling official should stop the clock by using a stop clock signal. Next, the ruling official should rule a flopping signal to the scorer's table, followed by the player's color and number. Lastly, if this is a team's first fake being fouled warning, the ruling official should designate the throwing spot and play shall be resumed from the point of interruption. However, if a team has already been given a fake being fouled warning, a fake being fouled technical foul shall be ruled for the remainder of the game for each subsequent offense. Also, simply ask the head coach if they would like an explanation as to why you decided to rule a fake being fouled penalty against their player. If they say yes, give them a brief description of what you saw. If they say no, move on. Now let's review the three primary categories for faking being fouled. The first is a head bob. This infraction occurs when a player simulates contact by quickly snapping the head backwards. Since the flop occurred before the ball was put in play, the infraction should be penalized immediately. During this head bob infraction, and while a player is in control of the ball, the faking signal should be displayed immediately, and the whistle should be sounded concurrently. So how does NFHS want us to properly rule on this play? By immediately signaling and whistling a head bob infraction while the ball handler has player control. The second category has to deal with faking being fouled while in the act of shooting. If a shooter simulates being fouled, typically by falling to the floor without contact after releasing the ball, the faking signal should be displayed immediately. However, the whistle should be withheld. Play should be stopped upon the occurrences of any of the following. If the try is successful, if the defensive team gains control of the ball, the offensive team secures a rebound but does not immediately attempt to score, and if a dead ball situation occurs for any reason. As for defense, if a defender fakes being fouled while there's a dead ball, the faking signal should be displayed immediately and a whistle should be sounded concurrently.
64-60.
If a defensive player simulates being fouled by falling to the floor without contact, the faking signal should be displayed immediately, with no whistle sounded. Play should be stopped under the same conditions as a player in the act of shooting. And keep this in mind. Each penalty should be penalized not in the order they were recognized, but in the order they were penalized. This last clip can be viewed as a case play. NFHS has not supplied information as to reset the shot clock if a defender is penalized for faking being fouled. With that said, it's important that we stay mindful of when to enforce the fake being fouled penalty. To stop a play by ruling a faking being fouled penalty can put the offensive team at a disadvantage. So here's my suggestion. Let's say it took the offense 8 seconds to get the ball into the front court, which means there's 27 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Display the fake being fouled signal here, but withhold your whistle. Your next action should be to look up at the shot clock. If it's above 20 seconds with no immediate attempt to score, enforce the fake being fouled penalty right away. However, if it's below 20 seconds, don't compromise the offensive team by ruling a fake being fouled warning. The defensive team commits a second separate fake being fouled penalty, all within the same play. It's important to stay mindful of the shot clock, as well as the game clock, prior to enforcing the fake being fouled penalty on the defender. So after this basket is made, the white team should be enforced 2 separate fake being fouled penalties. And as a result of these penalties, the blue team should receive 2 technical foul free throws and the ball. When correctly and consistently applied, Rule 4-49 serves as an effective deterrent. Proper adjudication ensures that players, coaches, and spectators clearly understand how violations will be addressed and reinforces the importance of integrity in the game. Ongoing concerns have been noted regarding bench decorum, improper communication with officials, and incidents involving player altercations. All team personnel, including coaching staff and bench players, are expected to uphold the standard of sportsmanship through disciplined behavior, clear expectations, and structured preparation. Effective communication between coaches and officials should be established prior to the contest and maintained throughout. A professional and respectful tone is expected. When reasonable, rule-based inquiries are made by coaches, a simple verbal acknowledgement or nonverbal gesture, such as a nod, is generally sufficient. Rule-based questions are appropriate and should receive a clear and informative response. These interactions support the educational purpose of the game. In contrast, theoretical questions or comments not seeking clarification do not require a response. Officials are expected to take a proactive role in managing coaching staff, and bench behavior. Rule 4-48 should be applied early and consistently to prevent escalation and maintain game control. Rule 10-5 delineates the privileges and restrictions for head coaches and bench personnel. Only the head coach is permitted to stand and provide instructions to players during live ball. All other personnel, including assistant coaches and team members not actively participating in play, must remain seated except during rule-allowed situations. This emphasis seeks not to restrict enthusiasm, but to preserve order and promote respect for the game. Adherence to coach box boundaries is essential to maintaining safety and fairness. An increasing number of incidents have been observed involving coaches stepping onto the court during live play. Such behavior introduces potential safety concerns and must be addressed through rule enforcement. The head coach holds primary responsibility for the prevention and de-escalation of potential altercations. Proactive planning is expected, including the designation of specific duties for assistant coaches in the event of a fight. One assistant coach may be tasked with managing on-court players, while others may be assigned to control bench personnel. Such role assignments serve to prevent mass disqualifications and maintain order during disruptive incidents. Hey, fellow officials. This page in the rulebook seems to get skipped over. So here it is for your viewing pleasure. It's the official's code of ethics. Enjoy! Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. and please feel free to share. I'm the Professor, and thanks for watching.